Alright, how's it going, guys? Given here's doing a video on how a Mob to the storyline connects with the Shadow of Evil storyline. Now, it is 2 in the morning right now, and I am tired, but I'm gonna make this video and it's gonna be awesome. I'm just saying, Mondays aren't gonna suck now. It's gonna be pretty freaking awesome. So we've always saw the Mob to Death storyline taking place in Hell or Purgatory, and so it's pretty much the same thing. It's just like a sort of suffering of these characters that have done bad things. It's pretty much the definition on Google. So this is what we thought the Mob to Death storyline has been, and it's understandable. It's mentioned quite a bit of the different things, like Weasel knowing a lot of stuff, and it's weird. You know, there's a lot of different things. A lot of things is remodeled. There's some things that aren't explained, like the dogs and, you know, Brutus being really weird and lava. So there's a lot of things on there pointing towards Purgatory, and that's understandable, and that may be part of this new storyline. But now looking at one of the newer tweets that we've gotten, it shows the box open, and it shows a bunch of cards in there, and what the box logo means is the Broken Arrow company. And so there's been a lot of leaks before we got these videos out for Black Ops 3 Zombies that were talking about a new company coming in and using 115 for a different purpose, for trying to find a way to make people live forever. And so, yeah. And we actually saw the logo of this being used a few months ago on a different picture. I'm going to be putting that up, and so we can see this one guy holding a card. A lot of people have been saying, you know, this guy from this story or that story, and you can see the logo on this card. And if you look closely, the same logo can be seen in the Mob to the Dead on the Pack-a-Punch weapons, which is actually pretty insane. I checked this out today. I did a playthrough like to around 30 just to, you know, do all that, but I figured this out and it's pretty cool. Like, I didn't realize this until now. And only a few days ago, we actually got this tweet on Twitter with the box open, and so the logo on the box is actually the Broken Arrow logo. And so what's in the box is the Shadow of Evil card, and also a few cards behind that we can actually see a Mob the Dead Weasel card, and you can see that, and I'll be pointing at it, but if you look really closely, you can see half of his face. So that's sort of pointing that both these things are connected. And so how I think this new group is working with the 115 element is that they're picking these characters that are dead, that have done terrible things. And so, for example, the Alcatraz characters are all dead. We already knew that from the story, but we also know that they've done really bad things. You know, a lot of them, all of them killed Weasel, first of all, and then they've all, you know, they're in there for a reason. And then with these Shadow of Evil characters, it was emphasized a lot that all these characters have done terrible things. Even in the beginning of the trailer, it was saying that their sins is like an invitation, and that this one guy, the Shadow Man, has been watching all their things. And I'm guessing the Shadow Man is some sort of scientist that is working with the 115, like he's talking to himself like a crazy guy. We've all been there with playing zombies. We've all been there. And how they're using the 115 element is to displace things into their purgatory state. So for example, when we're getting the box weapons, the box is there because of the 115 element, and all the perks are there for the 115 element. And this actually makes a lot of sense of something. You know, having weapons from 2065 and Black Ops 3 into the Shadow of Evil storyline, that didn't really make sense until now. You know, the 115 element has been known to displace things, and this is one of the things I think they've been doing. It's the same thing in the Mob to the Dead. When you look at you see weapons from Black Ops 2 in that storyline, and that shouldn't be there because both these storylines are taking place in the 1930s. And even the idea of both these storylines taking place in very similar times sort of points towards a separate organization working with these storylines and pretty much creating these storylines. Because if both these storylines were really in Hell and they had nothing to do with the element 115 or anything else, they could have complete freedom with this. They could go any time period that they wanted to, because the idea of this could be in any period of time. It wouldn't have to be related at all, but it is. And the reason why I think the Broken Arrow company is giving these people these tools with the 115 element is because they want them to cleanse and purify themselves. Because what happens with the purgatory state, at least definition wise, is that after they're expiating their sins, they go to heaven. And so I'm guessing what this new company wants to do is find a way of trapping their soul between these two, you know, heaven and hell, and then being able to use that and trap them and make pretty much a person lives forever. And it's a pretty weird idea. It's a pretty crazy idea. But in the long run, it sort of makes sense. You know, why would they pick people that have done terrible things? Because they're in a purgatory state. Now, why would they help them? So they can trap them and make sure that they stay alive forever. That's sort of how it works. But this is the zombie storyline. We don't really know anything for sure, but I'm thinking this is a reasonable idea, or somewhat. It sort of makes sense for all the weapons that you see that are from the future and the past, and it sort of makes sense why these two timelines, these two stories are very close together, and it sort of makes sense why there's this logo with these different storylines in the box. It's Just a lot of stuff there. So if you guys like this video or somewhat like this video, I don't even know if anybody will like this video. It's pretty crazy. I think I'm a crazy person now. I don't know. But if you guys enjoyed this video somewhat and got something from this, got a new idea from this, leave a like. And that'd be really appreciated if you subscribe.